Hello, everybody, and welcome to this session. And today I want us to look at 26 mistakes getting you into debt or making you to borrow, to keep on borrowing a lot of money and getting into loans and getting yourself into debt more and more. And I will also be providing recommendations, ideas, and suggestions of what you should do to get yourself out of debt and stop making these mistakes so you can change your financial life. And I am sharing this as somebody who understands what it means to be in debt and to continue being in debt until, I received light. I like to talk, I like to describe knowledge and wisdom and ideas and the acquisition and deployment of new perspective as light, right? So you're about to get some light that will change your financial life. And don't listen to this with the mindset of you already know about money. I want you to empty yourself and be willing to to take advice, be willing to change your life, be willing to go deeper so you can change your financial life. And as I always say, you don't build an incredible life from the place of assumption and guesswork. You don't wish for a good life. No, you invest to get a good life. You invest to get the right knowledge, to get the right resources, so you can get a good life. And you're following this session right now because you are willing to invest some time, invest some resources, and make some changes so you can get a good life, especially your financial life. If you're, no matter the things that you do, no matter the impact you're creating, no matter how spiritual you are, no matter how loving you are as a family person, if you are broke, if you don't have money, you're not good to, you don't have money, yeah, you will struggle. How long will you continue begging? How long will you continue living hand to mouth? How long will you continue suffering, even though you're a good person, right? So mastering how money works and all of this is very, very important. All right, so let's get into it. And remember, relevant knowledge is useless without action. So as to listen to me, you need to start looking at areas in your life where you must take action so you can become better. Okay. Most people who get into debt did not do so on purpose, right? I have been coaching for I want to say so long, but I don't think that 12 years is so long. I've been providing coaching and consulting to entrepreneurs and individuals and institutions for 12 years today, and nobody excitedly gets into debt. It's always either because of from the place of ignorance, of the place of mistakes, or poor habits. That this is what actually gets people into debt. It's not as if you carry your head and you take, you know what, I want to enter into debt. Except you want to do an experiment, get into debt and then see how you're going to walk your way out of debt. It's different if you're doing an experiment or a research. But nobody likes the pressure of getting into debt, right? Nobody likes that. Okay, good. If you like if you like the pressure of getting into debt, please leave me a comment that I like it. Right, I like. Let me see. And nobody likes it, right? It's either anybody you see, like if you're listening to me right now and you are into debt right now, you have a lot of debt to pay, a lot of money to pay. Check. It is either as a result of your mistakes, ignorance, poor habits, and some of these things I will share with you. So let us take a deep dive into the 26 mistakes that you must avoid and how you should avoid them and change your financial life from today. I guarantee you, if you listen, take action, you will change your financial life forever. Number one, inadequate knowledge about money. Yes, when you do not have the right knowledge about money, you do not know how money works, you will get into debt because you always be broke. Money is a science, money is an art, money is spiritual. That's a fact. Yeah. So it is your responsibility to read and understand how money works, to acquire all the knowledge that you can about money. And you are here right now because you feel that you need to know how money works. But of course, you are here because maybe you're already in debt and you have made the mistakes because you did not know how money worked before. That's why you're here right now, right? So when you don't have the right knowledge about money, one of the consequences is you getting into debt, right? So you need to know how money works. You need to know how to make money. You need to know how to keep money, and you need to know how to multiply money. This alone, I can train a master class on this for about 4 hours on how to make money, how to keep money, and how to multiply money. But you need to start reading books, take courses, pay for coaching to understand these three dimensions of money. But you need to read books, you need to pay courses, you need to pay for coaching and do more research to understand how money works, because this mistake will cost you a lot of money. Number two, lack or inadequate high income skills. Yeah, when you do not have high income skills, you will be forced to borrow because you need money to live. You need money to do things that you want to do. So when you do not have inadequate high income skills, in every industry, there are high income skills. So you need to look at your industry. What are those skills, either soft and hard skills, that if you develop them and grow in them, you can be able to change your financial life? Recently, I recommended somebody to borrow money to learn digital marketing. Yes, you can borrow money. You can get into debt. I can strongly encourage you to get into debt to learn a skill, which you can now use that skill to monetize. Yes, you can learn a high income skill, use the skill, monetize it, and boom, change your financial life. Okay? But many people are getting into debt because they have no skill that they can monetize, no high income skill. Now, look at your life. Look at your life right now. Which high income skill do you have that you can monetize? If you don't have one, go get one. You can go learn how to bake cakes. You can go learn how to do digital marketing. You can go learn content marketing. You can go learn how to build apps. You can go learn something. If you don't have the money to pay for, you can go meet family members and say, see, I want to learn this course. You may not give me the money, go and pay for me, but I want to learn this. I need to get this skill. Many people are broke and forced to borrow because they do not have the high income skill that can enable them to make the money they need. That's why you're broke and that's why you're borrowing. Go get some high income skill right now. Stop wishing for money. No, you don't wish for money. Money is a science, a process before you get it. And one of the core elements in that science, in that process, is for you to have the ability to have the high income skill that can give you the money. So look at the skill, look at your industry, look at your environment, look at your country, look at the community, and look for the high income skill that you can acquire and fill the gap that you have discovered in your environment. Number three, buying things you want instead of focusing on basic needs. Yes, this is a very important point. Many people keep getting into debt because they buy things they want instead of focusing on the things they need. Meanwhile, they have limited finances. When your income level is small, when your income level is minimum, or when you are barely surviving, or if you are just living hand to mouth, be careful about your wants. Focus on your needs. If your financial life is not stable, focus on your most important needs, survival needs, that's what I like to call it. Focus on shelter, focus on food, focus on healthcare, focus on clothing, and don't buy things that you want until you are able to grow your finances. Like one of my mentees came to me and said, sir, I want to leave my one-room house and go to a two-room apartment. And the first question that came to mind was, did they increase your salary? He said, no. So I said, why are you moving? He said, I just feel like where I am right now, according to my status right now, I need to move. What status? What are staying? You have not been promoted to a leadership position, all of that. You want to change. So you want to increase your your expenses when your income has not changed. That's wrong. You are doing that based on what? But at that particular level, focus on, can you pay a one-room house right now? Focus on it. Then focus on getting high income skill to double your income. Then you can move. Many of you are in debt right now because you were focusing on your wants instead of your needs. If you keep on buying things you want instead of focusing on your basic needs, that's how you get into debt because you will start borrowing to maintain the lifestyle, which is not going to help you. Okay. Number 4, borrowing for liabilities while already in debt. This is killing so many people. In short, keep maintaining the habit of borrowing while you're already a borrower, while you're already a debtor. Right? Yes. It's not good at all. And worst of all, borrowing for liabilities. You already have debts that you have to pay to people. People are pressuring you. You go and again borrow money maybe to buy a car to prove a point. Or you go and borrow money to buy an iPhone to prove a point. You go and borrow money to buy a dress or a shoe to prove a point. Be careful. It's going to hurt you more financially. One of the things I advise is avoid borrowing when you already have debt. I prefer you try to use what you have, live on what you have, and use the extra one to clear off the debts you already have. You don't think straight when you have debt. You don't think straight when you have people pressuring you to pay back their money. Avoid borrowing while you already have debts. And worst of all, but you can borrow while you have debt for high income skills. That's a different kind of borrowing. It's not bad debt. But if you borrow to buy something which is a liability like dress, shoes, clothes, phones, some things that cannot make you money, that's what liability. Liability is anything that you buy, you spend money upon, and you will keep on spending money upon, which is not bringing money back. It's dangerous to invest money, to borrow and buy and spend on liabilities when you're already in debt. You are getting yourself into more debt, which will hurt your financial life tomorrow. Number 5, poor financial habits. Yes, generally, when you have poor financial habits, you will always be borrowing, spending money on things that you don't need so you can impress people who forget about you tomorrow. That's a poor financial habit. Okay, so avoid poor financial. Look at your habits. Any of your habits, like drinking and getting drunk, that's a poor financial habit. Smoking, hard drugs, poor financial habits. You are married and you're chasing young girls here and there, poor financial habit because you're using money to spend. Or you're dating and you're having 2 other girls that you're dating, poor financial habit. It's going to hurt your finances. And you'll be at the end, you'll be forced to borrow and get into debt so you can maintain a lifestyle or start solving certain problems. Number 6, living above your means. I already spoke about this earlier. There is no pleasure living above your means. You are making 100,000. You're making 100,000 francs, or you're making $500, or how much you are making every month, and then you are living 20-30% above your means. Then it means you are borrowing to maintain a certain lifestyle. It is wrong. I prefer you reduce your lifestyle and live within your means or slightly below your means so you can be able to save or take part of that money, train yourself, develop yourself, get the right knowledge and skill so you can be able to make more money for yourself and come out of poverty. Okay? It is recommended that if you don't have a stable financial life, if you don't have a growing income, live below your means and use part of your means to develop yourself so you can be able to make more money and do the things you want to do. So your focus should be, how do I make more money? When you live below your means, your next immediate goal should be, how can I make more money? And the first step to making more money is for you to develop yourself and get the high income skills that can enable you to create the value and sell the value so you can make more money for yourself. Number 7, consuming instead of creating. Very important. This is why many people are broke and getting into more borrowing, because they are consumers instead of it is. See, people who make more money are creators. Look at all the billionaires around the world. They are creators. Many poor people or broke people are consumers. They consume a lot and create little. Some don't even create at all. What are you creating that you can monetize and make money? And if you are in debt already, you need to enhance your creation abilities. You need to improve on your contribution abilities. You cannot be in debt and you're only consuming. And this takes us back to high income skills. It is skills that create. When you create value, you get paid for the value that you're creating. But you remain in poverty and you remain borrowing if you're only good at consuming and living hand to mouth. You need to grow, even if you are working somewhere, for you to be promoted and get a better salary, you need to increase your ability to create value in the workplace. You need to increase your leadership abilities. You need to increase your solution-driven abilities. Don't only consume and do yes sir, and receive instruction when you're not contributing anything. It's going to hurt you. Number 8, you have the wrong belief system about your money and general success. Yes, as I said earlier, money is also spiritual. If you cannot keep believing that you will never make money and expect to make money, even though things are hard right now, you need to believe that you'll be financially successful. Even though your present circumstances do not look like it, believe that tomorrow you'll be very wealthy and successful, because your belief system contributes to your actions, and it is your actions that determine your outcomes. If you have the wrong input, you will have the wrong output. It's not about really working hard. It is about the quality of your input that will change the quality of your outcome. What is your belief system about money? Do you believe that you can make £1,000,000 every month? Do you believe that you can make $50,000 every month, $100,000 every month? The quality of your belief system will also determine what you attract to yourself. Lack of belief in your potential will hurt your financial life. Never forget that. Lack of belief in who you can become will hurt your financial life. If you keep seeing yourself as a poor, managing, struggling, broke human being, that is the kind of atmosphere that you carry around, and that kind of atmosphere expel opportunities. You don't have the kind of atmosphere that can attract the right people into your life. So change your belief system. And one of the best ways to change your belief system is to read information, because whatever you believe right now is as a result of the information you have been consuming since you were born. So for you to change that, you need, as you start changing, you need to install new programming, new information into you. Okay? Affirmations. Begin to speak the things you want to see. If you speak poverty, you will see poverty. If you speak struggle, you will see struggle. If you speak fear, you will see fear. If you speak wealth, you will start attracting wealth. If you speak success, you'll start seeing success. If you speak favor, you speak confidence, you'll start seeing these things manifesting in your life. Number 9, having the wrong friends influencing your actions, which will cost you your future. Yes, many people have made mistakes. Many people are practicing the wrong habit, which is presently hurting their financial life because of wrong friends. My advice is always simple. If you're around friends that don't talk business ideas, don't talk investment, don't talk financial growth, don't talk spiritual growth, I prefer you leave those friends. Everybody must not be your friend. There are people drinking and getting drunk and womanizing, not because that was their intention. It is because of the friends that influence them. Look at your friends. If your friends only enable you to lose money and spend money, and they don't do anything to enable money come into your bank account, you should be worried about the friends you have. Good friends should be able to help position you to also make money, not only spending money. They should help you spend money, invest money, not just spending money. They should help you attract income, not just expenses. There are many people who have gone into debt and borrowing because of the wrong friends. Check your circle. Your circle of friends right now, are they pushing you to spend money on the wrong habits, or are they contributing to build your wealth? A circle of good friends, you all should be contributing to the building of wealth among your circle. If you call people your best friend, and one of the things that you guys are doing is spending money on the wrong things, then you don't actually have friends. One thing that friends should do should be to contribute to the wealth creation of each other. Are your friends contributing to your wealth creation? And are you contributing to the wealth creation of your friends? Number 10, the fear of starting something new. Yes, many people are broke and they end up borrowing because they are afraid to start something new. They are afraid to start a new business. They are afraid to take that financial decision. Fear has stopped many. Fear has kept many to be in one place for so long. And fear is sponsored by lack of information. Fear is sponsored by inadequacy. Fear is sponsored by uncertainty and all of this. And these things can be sorted out. You may need to study more to conquer the fear. You may need to seek more advice to conquer the fear. You may need to build your abilities to conquer the fear. The fear of starting something new can contribute to your poverty, which will lead you to live the life of borrowing. Hanging out in the wrong environment. Yes, many people are borrowing because they live in the wrong environment. If you live in an environment where people don't inspire you, they don't challenge you, they don't push you, they don't enable you to think about new ways to make money, to grow your potentials, to grow your value, and in an environment whereby you are forced to get your identity from that environment, from that society, instead of you creating a new identity based on where you are going to, you will end up being broke and borrowing money. Your identity should not be determined by where you are coming from or your present environment of society. You should be building your identity based on the tomorrow that you want to manifest. And you cannot hang around beer parlors, nightclubs, funny places and expect not to get into debt. You cannot hang around environment whereby the only thing that happens to you is that you spend money into expenses. You spend money into the wrong habits. You spend money into activities that will not bring back money into your pocket or build value in a way that tomorrow you can be able to charge more for what you do. Then that environment is killing you. So change your environment and do not allow the society to identify you. Build the kind of identity that you want the society to pick out. Okay, number 12, not intentionally building relevant networks. Let me tell you, one of the most important things that can lift you out of poverty is the quality of your network. I always use this analogy that if you are 20 years and above and you have a problem of 200,000 francs, let us say averagely $400, right? Yeah, you have a problem of $400, 200,000 francs in Cameroon money, and you have 5 people that you call your closest friends. You have 5 people cannot raise that money for you, not even borrowing it, just give you as a gift. Cannot dash you that money, cannot just give you that gift so that it can lift you out of that problem as a gift in less than 5 minutes or so. Then you have a problem with your network. I am not saying that your friendship is determined by money, no, but your personality, the quality of your person determines the kind of people you attract in your network. The places you go, determine the kind of people you build around you. Many people keep on borrowing because they do not have friends, or they are not part of a network that can position them for opportunities which can enable them to make money. One thing about wealth creation and money making is the ability to position yourself where money making opportunities can find you, or where you can monetize your talent and skill and get paid. Some of you, you need to wake up, start attending seminars, online and offline. Start going to places where you can meet relevant people and build relevant networks. Because you borrow because you cannot make money. You borrow because you are broke. You borrow because you don't have access to opportunities that can enable you to make money or to be financially successful. Not intentionally building relevant networks will lead you into borrowing. Number 13, you are not crazy about exposing what you can do that can enable people to pay you. You are not crazy about exposing what you can do that can enable more people to pay you. There are many people who are broke and they are borrowing, meanwhile they are gifted. Meanwhile they are skillful. Do you know why they are borrowing? Meanwhile they are skillful? Because they are not loud enough. They are not marketing enough. Hear this, no matter how good you are, if nobody knows you, you will die broke. Meanwhile, you are skillful. So if you're listening to me right now and you have skills, but you are living hand to mouth and borrowing, you need to work on your marketing. Social media marketing, public marketing, print flyers, even for how many few hundred francs or few $100, move door to door and market your services. Share on Facebook, WhatsApp groups, and all of that. Make sure that be crazy about exposing what you can do. Because until people know you and see what you can do, they cannot pay for your services. You need to be crazy about marketing. You need to be crazy about exposing yourself and what you can do out there. If you don't do this, you'll be skillful, but yet you are borrowing. All the money you are looking for is in people's bank accounts and pockets and wallets. Until they know what you can do, and until you tell them what you can do, they will not give you their money and collect the value that you can give. When you are not marketing yourself or exposing yourself, you are getting broke. And when you are getting broke, you end up borrowing. It's a process. Some of you listening to me right now, you need to go and stop being, how can you be broke and you are shy? How can you be broke and you are proud? How can you be broke and you are hiding behind the scenes and you're sitting on the fence? You cannot be broke and you are shy at the same time. That's a dangerous combination. It's going to hurt you big time. Number 14, lending money you cannot afford to lose to family and friends. Be very careful. There are many people who are broke right now and they end up borrowing. Meanwhile, their friends and family members are owing them big time money. I'm sure you would tell me that money that you borrow to friends, you struggle to get back. I'm sure you will tell me that money that you borrow to your family members, you struggle. You don't even know how to ask because they are your family members or friends, close friends. Personally, for me, when I learn these lessons, I don't borrow family members or friends money. If you need money, I can give you as a gift, I give you. If it's not there, I actually tell you I don't have money to borrow you. As simple as that. Most of my friends and family members, they'll confirm this, that when they say borrow money, I give it to them. I said, no, I'm not, I'm giving you as a gift. I may not give you all that you want. I will give you, I can give you half of the one I can afford, but I'll tell you there and there. It's a gift. I'm not expecting you to pay back. It also clears my mind. I should not moving around and thinking that's all the owing money and they will never pay. and I'm disturbing my mind unnecessarily, which I should use that mind to think creatively and create more value and get paid. Let me tell you, let me give you a secret. From today, if a friend comes to you to borrow money, only give the money you are willing to lose. So that you help the brother, you help the sister. That should be your mindset. But if it's money you're not willing to lose, I prefer you say you don't have money to borrow. After all, you are not there, they'll go and borrow from somewhere else, or they'll find another way to solve that problem. Everybody's emergency is not their emergency, of course, except life and death, which you know what you're willing to do. That's your personal decision. Okay, good. Number 15, practicing impulse buying when you are still struggling financially. Yes, just buying things anyhow without planning. It will lead you to get into borrowing. Hear this carefully. When you are struggling financially, when your life is not financially stable, avoid buying things by surprise. Avoid buying things you did not budget for, no matter how cheap it is. There are people who have seen things that have bought excitedly, meanwhile they will not use it. Stop buying things because they are cheap. Buy things because you budgeted for it and you understand your financial ability for that season, for that period. If you practice impulse buying when you are still struggling financially, in less than no time, you will start borrowing because the money will be gone. You're not able to manage the little that you have. You will not try to borrow to fit in here, borrow to fit in here, and at the end, you are struggling financially. Avoid impulse buying. Avoid buying things on surprise. If it's not on your budget, that's why budgeting is important. Plan well how you're going to spend your money. Don't be moved by what you see. Be moved by what you plan. Even if you see something, think well. Don't just excitedly buy because of something. Think well. Now you go and take food money and buy something because you thought it was cheap. Now you don't know what to eat. Now you're forced to borrow to eat. And boom, you start borrowing and borrowing. Before you know it, you're into heavy debt. Meanwhile, you saw something, you excitedly used food money and bought it with it, and now that's how you're getting into debt. And maybe at the end, you discover that that thing that you bought is not adding value to your life and it's not helping you make more money. Number 16, not paying off your most pressing debt immediately when you have money. Yes, many people get into more debt and borrowing because they don't pay the debts they already have. One strong recommended financial attitude that will save your finances is, if you have debts, please, immediately money comes in, one of the most important things you should do should be to pay the debt. Pay small, advance, do what pay it off, do what you can. A debt-free life with no money is better than a life full of debt with no money. When money comes in, when you settle your basic needs, the next most important thing should be to pay part of your debt or all of it and be debt-free. Because when you are debt-free, you can be more creative, you can see more opportunities, you can be more confident. Okay? Number 17, not having a private account for emergency fund. Yes. Many people get into borrowing and debt because they lack emergency fund. This is an account that is separate from your savings and current accounts. If you are doing well right now, or maybe you start doing well tomorrow, one of the most important bank accounts to have is an emergency fund, an account that you just keep. This is very important, especially for family people. Keep saving money in that account. It's not saving, it's an emergency fund account. You can look for a different bank and create it and keep it there. and discipline yourself to use that money only for a serious emergency. You are working right now. Be saving money. What if your company winds up? What if they sack you? Do you have money that you can live on for 6 months while looking for another job? What if your business collapses? Do you have money that you can live on for 6 months while starting a different business and waiting for it to break even and become profitable so you can start making money? Emergency fund. Many people get into debt immediately when they are sacked, or immediately they lose their job, or immediately their business is struggling because when they were doing well, they did not save, they do not have emergency fund. Okay. Number 18, missing out on investment opportunities, especially like buying assets when you have the money. When you start making money, or when money start growing, when your financial life start changing, one of the most important decisions to make is to save and buy an asset. Strongly recommend landed property. Buy an empty land if you can. Yes, because asset should be that thing that is appreciating. Or you can buy maybe a car you can use for Uber, or you can buy a car you can use for taxi, give somebody to ride, use for the taxi and pay you back, whatever you can do, but do not miss out on investment opportunity. It could be investing in a startup, in a structured startup with legal documents and all of that, do that. It could be buying shares and stock in a company. You can do that because you can sell tomorrow and get cash. Okay? Number 19, living your life from the place of comparison instead from the place of purpose. Many people are into debt and borrowing because they want to maintain a certain lifestyle. Buying things you don't need to impress people who don't care about you. So sad. Very sad lifestyle. This is what slave queens and swag kings keep doing. There are many people claiming that they're doing well on social media. Meanwhile, they are wallowing in debt offline. Be careful about that. Stop living your life from the place of comparison and start living your life from the place of purpose and the path that you have chosen for yourself. Okay? Yes. Live your life from the place of purpose, not from the place of comparison. Don't buy things because A bought it. Don't buy things because you saw your friend buying or your family members, but you don't know their financial strength. You don't know their plan. You don't know access to the support and resources they have. Buy things based on your plan, based on your purpose, based on the path that you have chosen for yourself. Number 20, getting rich quick mentality. Yes, many people are borrowing right now and into heavy debts because they saw a quick rich scheme platform and they went and withdrew all the money, borrowed money, put into it, and then they crash. And boom, automatically they become heavy debtors. There is nothing like getting rich quick. You can get hacks on how to make money effectively. But you see, getting rich quick, nah. You need to be careful about those platforms. It has only helped thousands and thousands of people to get into more poverty and into more debt. Be okay with following the process to making money. Sustainable income, sustainable wealth take time and take systems. Okay? Be careful of getting rich quick scheme. Number 21, not seeking advice or coaching when you are about to make an important financial decision. Many people make this mistake a lot. Like personally for me, I've had many people come to me for financial advice when they have already made their mistake. Avoid making an important financial decision without seeking for proper advice. I have seen people buy a land that has a lot of problems and ended up losing the money because the land people are fighting over the land. They have sold the land to 3, 4 people. Seek advice from a real estate expert. Do proper research from a surveyor. Don't just pick your money and invest into any business when you don't understand how financial markets work or how investment works. Seek for advice from an expert. Let the expert analyze that investment and tell whether it's a high risk, low risk, or sustainable investment. If not, you will get into poverty. 22, not asking for help because you're proud. Yes, there are many people who have ended up borrowing meanwhile they could have just asked for help of family members or friends. Oh, please, I am going to this challenge. Please, can you give me this? Can you ask? There's nothing wrong with asking for help. Asking for help is a sign of maturity. It's a sign of growth. It's a sign of maturity that you so know life so well and you understand that you cannot make it in this life on your own. You need the support of another human being. And that's why it's important to build relevant relationships with different people. It is okay to ask for help when you're in trouble financially. There's nothing wrong with that. Get the help you need. Do not allow pride and ego to stop you from getting the help that you need. Number 23, borrowing because you can, not because you have a proper plan. There are many people who borrow money just because they have access to or because they are able to borrow. Oh yes, I've seen like someone who comes to me, like I think there's a young lady who came to me a few days ago and was like, sir, there's this money I borrowed, I don't know what to do with it. Should I start a business or should I buy a land? I'm like, that's already a very bad financial decision that you made. She was like, the money was just available for me to borrow. I decided to borrow before I started thinking of what to do. This is different from somebody, borrowing this kind of money is different from someone that's a running business and they're going to invest in it. Because there's some business people that, even me right now, if I see someone who can give me money now on a good credit or good agreement, I will take because my business needs money. It's always needed money. There's a growing, ongoing concern business. It's different, totally different. You understand? But borrowing money where you have no business, you have no plan, you have nothing at all, you may misuse that money and boom, bad debt. You start struggling to pay debt that you did not use very well because you just borrowed out of excitement with no proper planning. 24, paying for life events with debt. This is so popular across Africa, even almost everywhere. Don't borrow money to do marriage ceremonies. Don't borrow money for birthday ceremonies. Don't borrow money for graduation. Do not borrow money for life events. That's bad debt. Don't borrow money for liabilities. On the good debt is when you borrow money for an asset. You borrow money to invest in a system, in an institution, or in something that will give you back more money. That's what is recommended. Don't pay for life events with debt. If you want to get married today, do a small wedding, 2-5 people if you can, if that's what you can afford. It's okay. It is about going through the ritual and the process of marriage. It's not about gathering a crowd. Don't gather a crowd to show people that you are doing well and then borrow money. And then when you're in marriage now, boom, you start living hand to mouth because you're trying to pay back the debts that you incurred during your marriage. I prefer you do the ceremony with 5 people and be debt free and plan your life from there very, very well as a young couple than do a large marriage to claim that you're doing well as a young couple, meanwhile it's borrowed money. Not having high expectations. Yes, not having high expectations that you can make it in life. Expectation is a superpower. Expectation is a spiritual principle. The Bible says the expectations of the righteous shall not be cut short. Expect that you'll be financially free. Expect that you will be successful. Expect that you'll be rich tomorrow. Expect that you will make money. Expect that you can be blessed. Expect that you can be favored. Expectation is a superpower because it also contributes to the kind of actions that you take. Have high expectations. Number 6, Being a chief procrastination officer, number 26. Being a chief procrastination. Many people are broke because they can procrastinate. Let me tell you something. Anybody you see in public doing well or anything is a product of internal activities. It's a product of internal routine and internal habits. If you keep on procrastinating certain things that you can do in your life, that's how you're procrastinating your financial success and general success. If you keep on procrastinating on certain things to do, that is how you're procrastinating your success tomorrow. Move from procrastination officer to being a chief execution officer. It is people who execute and complete tasks and complete projects that experience financial blessing, financial breakthroughs, and financial lifting. You cannot be a chronic procrastinator. You cannot be a chronic procrastinating officer and expect to be blessed financially. No, it does not work like that. People who are financially free execute. They have this high level of self-discipline, high level of internal motivation, high level of willingness and strong will to complete tasks because they know it is in their ability to complete tasks that leads to financial success and freedom. Very important. And a bonus point, 27. A bonus point for you on how you, or a bonus point on the mistakes that you can be making. You don't have financial boundaries. You do not have financial boundaries, especially when it comes to helping people and all of that. Like me, I have financial boundaries. In my monthly income, I always set money aside for help. There's a percentage of money I set aside to help family and friends. And when that percentage is finished for that month, anybody comes for help, wait till next month. Except it's a matter of life and death. Any other thing, wait till next month. Your emergency is not my emergency. Many people have gone into borrowing because they cannot be able to manage financial pressures from friends and family members and all of that. There are family members that are very funny. They will have money and prefer to come and borrow from you, and they know they will not pay back. You are not God to know the heart of men. Set clear financial boundaries. Like me personally, as I was saying, I have a percentage of my monthly income set aside. When anybody from the family reach out to me, oh, brother, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Okay, I go to that coffers and I support you the way I can support. When that money is finished, when somebody else comes and say, please, can you wait till next month? It doesn't mean that, no, it doesn't mean I don't have money. No, I have money, but that money has priorities. It's not for me to be giving out. Because if I keep on giving out, I'll not be productive and I'll end up broke and I'll start borrowing and then we are all broke. Right? So point 27 is have financial boundaries. Financial boundaries also include a percentage of your monthly income that you are saving. Percentage of your monthly income that you are putting into your emergency fund. Percentage of your monthly income that you are putting into your investment fund. Yes, there's an account that you can create where you're saving inside, which is an investment fund. When you reach a particular amount, you cannot buy land. You cannot buy a house. You cannot buy stock. You cannot buy shares. You cannot invest in another business or in another startup. So set financial boundaries and they will help you not to plunge into more and more borrowing. I believe that if you are able to sort out these key areas of your life, you'll be able to conquer your financial challenges and start building a better financial life. Thank you so much for following. I hope you were blessed. I hope you were challenged. Leave me a comment. Leave me a message in the chat box. What will you start doing from today? Out of all the 27 points I have shared, which one will you start implementing right away? Leave me a comment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many of them? Do them. Remember, hope is hopeless without action. If you are just hoping to be financially blessed, that's nonsense. It is taking action. When you hope, take action, and you will see change. Useful information, useful knowledge is useless without action, without execution. Don't go and procrastinate. Go and practice what you have learned. Go and start sorting out the mistakes and the bad habits in your life that are hurting your finances. And now, as I always say, now is this dispensation, in this century, in this time, in this decade, this is the most easy time to be blessed financially. This is the most easy time to be successful. But you need to do the things that you have to do to arrive at this particular stage in your life. God bless you. You can contact me for further coaching, consulting, speaking engagements, if need be, and we will stay in touch. Keep shining, keep winning. God bless you. You are rare. You are remarkable. Cheers.